All right, we got a a long match here today. This one was actually a really challenging match. Played, I think, yesterday. So we're gonna load this one up. After we started to get some wins finally after the drought ended. This was a pretty good combination of unit selection. Set this up here. Also, I can't remember if this was a rematch or not. The team looks familiar, like something that I might have saw already. I think I played a similar team, or I'm just remembering it from the defense replays. I can't tell. But it looks very familiar because of the save units, Corrin and Alfred. In the picture here. But yeah, there's a space to the right here. We're going to take advantage of that, as well as a space in the middle. We're going to see how best to capitalize on those openings and get in and get out. That's pretty much the play here. We'll say Lean has the biggest threat range alongside Boulder, and Valley also has, some amount of, range that she can cover because of the Silica Ring. So we just got to figure out the play here and then go in and get out successfully, and it should be GG's. Boulder over here with the warp space. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of warping in the game, and it's getting to the point now where it's just like there's so many other things to worry about as well, that it's just kind of overshadowed sometimes by the thing that matters most is killing power, like Oblivion said. And I think that's really what is the reason that Boulder is remotely threatening is not necessarily the warp, but the fact that she can warp and kill you. If she couldn't kill, then it wouldn't really matter. You could just let her warp and then, it would be what it is. But the fact that she can actually get the KO is actually what makes her so intimidating. Same with Valley over here. Valley will attack. Probably not even the same with Valley. The thing about Valley is she can, if you give her the Silica Ring, she warps in and she doesn't kill. That's just one attack, and the thing is, she doubles the majority of the time. She's fast enough to outspeed. But if she just warps in, loses the speed check, or maybe even wins the speed check but just doesn't, KO, then it's really just not that threatening. And we're kind of getting to the point where we have units that just can survive most things. Even Valley. The big threat about Valley is her extra action, but the extra action only comes if she is able to proc her special, which means you have to retaliate. So just tank her with a unit that doesn't have this turn counter, essentially. And if that unit is fast enough or is just bulky enough to survive, like Alphonse, then it really doesn't matter if she warps in an attack. I think it's Mythic Alphonse. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Not OG Alphonse. Although you could get him to do it with pair up. I mean, we've seen crazy things on this channel with defensive plays and stuff. So that's also something that's possible. But we're going to go up here, bop stuff and then get out. That's pretty much the play here. Not the units that have the... we got to look out for Valley here because she has a Silica Ring. And we have to look out for Saline because she can warp in. But aside from that, there really isn't that much to be concerned about. Marth can't really get that far, and the armored units, 2 armored units in front, can't really get that far. So it's not a massive threat range that we're seeing here. So we should be okay positionally once I get everyone to back up a bit. But yeah,
orders. I understand.
This man,
orders.
New Year's Neathogger. Definitely, I had this unit in my barracks just sitting there for the entire year. I just had her sit in the barracks, and now she's finally getting some what's the word here? Exposure, some play. She's finally in, on the maps now, and we're getting to see, her full potential. Granted, a lot of people probably already knew that she could do this, but this is the debut for her, for me, on offense. I did try to at one point build a defense around her, but it didn't really work out. She just doesn't have the bulk to really, she's kind of glass cannon, not really glass, but you don't really want to put her on defense really. definitely an offensive unit, similar to the Mythic version in that sense. And yeah, she is very, very strong. Not that she can't work on defense. I mean, if you have the right support, anything is possible. But man, she is really strong. And like I said, you're going to be seeing her a bit more on this on light season at the very least, because her being the flyer, her having the damage output that she has, just having I basically have 2 nukes on the team that just can fly in with the support of Lynn and do maximum damage. So it's either blue or green, which gives me good coverage over pretty much all of the armors that are currently in the game, unless it's something colorless. But even then, Hearthvulgar still wins. Did I say New Year's Neathauger? I meant Hearthvulgar, my bad. Yeah, it just gives them coverage to be able to take out anything armored wise that is going to be available for defenses. Seen a lot less of Rhea lately, Valentine's Rhea. It's not because she's bad, it's just Alfred is better because he's fast and it's difficult to double him. And then we can now outsource Miracle. Valley's Miracle is better because she gives you the healing afterwards, where it boosts you back to 100% typically. So the combination of those 2 things, at least in Dark Season, kind of pushes Rhea to the side. And then also with the fact that Rhea doesn't partner well with Valley because the Miracle shenanigans overlap, so you kind of don't want to be using them together. So at least for Light and Dark Season, it doesn't make sense. For Astra Anima Season, you could probably still use Rhea there, but then you have also New Year's Valley that is an option, so you could probably do something similar there. So Rhea's relevancy has diminished, but I still think she's a fantastic save unit. She still gives you options.
I understand.
If you don't want to run Valley, plus the fact that she's a dual harmonic is still something that is definitely valuable in terms of having that dual hindrance up and preventing your opponent from pressing all of the buttons. But I think Alfred is the future. If I'm being completely honest. Speed saves are just better. The problem with speed saves is that they get outsped very quickly, and historically, once the speed goes, you really can't do anything with them because it's not a stat line that can be rejuvenated. Where as your defense, your bulk, def res, there's always stuff coming out that will allow you to boost those 2 stats up. And things that come out that, like Stone Terrain, whatever, that comes out to allow your bulky armors to be bulkier. But currently Alfred is very, very fast. Partnered that with Speed Taker support in the form of Great Talent. Yeah, it's just very difficult to outspeed him. So once you have that speed, it makes it difficult for slow units to W without Frozen. And yeah, he's just fast and surprisingly bulky. So Alfred is kind of the guy right now. The only thing he's really weak to is, magic, which makes sense. But that's where you have some other save unit come in and try to supplement that gap in his defense. Or you could just run him as a near save and then have a unit like Corrin be the far save. Hopefully, Corrin's bulk isn't that bad overall, and to be completely honest, like even though her defenses are a little bit low, you could still she can take a hit. Like there are situations where she can tank Harmonic Lyn, as long as she wins the speed check, of course, because that Lyn is pretty fast, but she can get it done. Corrin, I feel like that's a really good partnership. Again, with Valley as well. Speed support for fast saves is fantastic. That's definitely what you'd be looking to have, and Marth also plays really well into that. So here we go. We're trying to get around here, get around the ice, get around the terrain, and then once we get around the terrain, we can take out both dual units. Bit of a mishap in terms of positionally. I did not position both Hearthvulgars close to Lyn, so only one of them has the range 2 style. It would have been good if both of them did, so that I could just have more options in terms of attacking. But really what I want to do here is get rid of the terrain, and the traps here are a hindrance. It's so cool how, I don't know if this is intentional, but Marth came down that lane, and then, you know, he spawned the ice around the traps, which makes it, one, difficult to get in, and two, even if you do get in, the potential is there that you may lose an action. So this actually worked out really well for the opponents here. I don't know if this is a part of the defensive build or just something coincidental, but it, yeah, really worked out well for them. Because I'm firing all of my brain cells here, trying to figure out what action to take in terms of how to get up here, because Valley can move this turn. She was locked the previous turn by Ather, who unsung hero on this team. I think she's definitely going to stick around with the 2 Hearthvelgers as well. So we got a team here comprised of Plumeria, Ather, Hearthvelger, Mythic Lyn, and then another Mythic or bonus unit. So yeah, this team has coverage. Only thing that it needs now are merges on Lyn. I think, like I said, Lyn is going to stick around. She's just that good. I think she has... I don't think they're going to give out that 2-range style support in the form of any other unit anytime soon, as a support effect at the very least. I think units will still come built with it, but they won't have it as a support effect. But yeah, got a ton of options here that I got to try to figure out in terms of, like, what do I do here? I would like to take out these 2 because of the bonus, the dual hindrance, and then I'd get my dual button, and then I'd, you know, be able to go. And then also attacking Marth means I can put down the miasma terrain, which, again, got to get rid of the ice. The ice is problematic. But then how do I get her in and then get her back? And then this is a lot. And then also I could lock someone. I also need to move the units on the right-hand side here because Valley is active. I need to get them out of the way. I think Ather is the best option for that because she has the most Canto. But I also need to move this New Year's Hearthvelger because she's in a bad spot. I need to get to the Mythic one. A lot to think about here. Corrin is annoying. Corrin is annoying. The ice is really annoying. I think attacking Marth here is the best play. Or maybe I should go all the way up and take out Corrin. I don't know, but we're going to take out the Marth. And then the thing is, if I go all the way up, Baldur can potentially get stuck.
We will not lose.
And being stuck between Valley and what's her face, Loki, I don't like the combination. And then they also have their Boulder. It's a lot. Yeah. Also, I keep forgetting that New Year's Boulder does not have any bonus effects. Well, I think Boulder in general, the only Boulder that has a bonus effect is the Brave one, I think. Mythic Boulder doesn't have any bonus effects that are start a turn. So they don't really lose anything by matching into a Loki team. So that's actually a huge... Like, there aren't that many units that are coming out right now that don't have some type of start a turn something. Well, I mean, she does have a thing, but it's not like a visible status effect. So that's actually really huge, and it kind of gives her some future proofing in terms of if Loki potentially gets an ult. And then it also, you know, she doesn't lose anything. You're not losing out on anything by pairing her with... It allows you to build teams around her more effectively. In that sense. So just another thing that allows New Year's Boulder to be better. Yeah, I think I need to retreat now somehow.
Orders.
Just gotta figure out where to put the units. I don't think it benefits me to get any further up the map here. I think I can shut down their Boulder, and then I'll just wait. I gotta find a spot to put my Boulder in. I'll shut down their Boulder with my Boulder, with my unit here. What's her face? Ather. And then from there, you know, we'll see how it goes.
What do I do? Whatever you need.
I think that's the play. I think that's the best option.
Follow my example.
Alright, so we get one trap off the board. And I think we can end here since Loki can't reach us. Boulder's turn's ended. Corrin will change the terrain around. Ooh, we get this. I think we take this actually. Yeah. Yeah, we take this. We're gonna get cancel as well. We just need to avoid the Valley over there who has the Celica ring. So yeah, I think we take this. This is good. This is good. Next turn we get the buttons back, all of the dual buttons and stuff. So far, I have not used New Year's Boulder's dual button for anything. I think it's more of a Summoner Duel's dual button. It doesn't really come into play too often in Ether raids. Ooh, it's Ather. It's fine. I kind of anticipated it. This is kind of a giveaway because
We'll see it through.
you're not going to put the summoning circle all the way down here unless it's a unit that can
What
self-sustain
do I do?
or shut down the opponents. There aren't that many units that have self-sustain in the sense that they can just pop up no starter turn effects that require allies within 2 spaces, 3 spaces. There aren't that many units that are built like that. So the next option is definitely Ather. And having her pop up there means that she's probably going to shut someone down, and that's really valuable to your defense. So because it's essentially waste an action or a dance, or just a whole unit, depending on how the opposing team has their, who's where. Fortunately for me, I had Lucina pop up behind Mythic Lyn. I kind of put Lyn there on purpose, knowing that it probably would be Ather. So the thing. I think this has happened before, where both of them have popped out at the same time out of the summoning circle, and it was Ather and Lucina. And what happens is that Ather ends Lucina's turn altogether. So you have to then burn a dance to get her going out of the extra actions from the summoning circle and stuff. So it's not a good thing. You don't want that happening. Is essentially what I'm saying. But anyways, I think Lucina and Boulder are a really good partnership together because, like I said, Boulder doesn't have any bonuses start a turn visible, and then Lucina can just give those to her alongside anyone else. So I think they really complement each other really well. Although, like I said, you could probably say the same thing about the Crom from that banner, Frox Crom. So I don't know, maybe I'll swap to him at some point. Almost done here, pretty much. Just gotta figure out what to do with Valley. This is a hit and run strategy. Have not used a hit and run in quite a while, so it's good to see that it still works. I've been sitting on my Brave Crom lately, and I've been wondering if he's still good. There's so many skills in the game, man. There's so many. I feel like my fodder banks are like because I'm not like dumping money into the game, I've just not been able to sustain my fodder banks and replenish them. So it's kind of getting to the point where my fodder banks have no value outside of their combat. And while that's great, it's good to have units that can kill things, I also kind of want the fodder to be able to build other units and just try stuff out. And I'm kind of not able to do that. And when you're summoning with limited orbs, you're typically only getting like a one-off copy of a unit, a single copy, and then you're probably not going to fodder that unless you find it completely useless. And I haven't come across any unit from the recent banners that are just like completely useless altogether, where the immediate thought is to just fodder this. I haven't come across any unit like that so far. So it means that I haven't been able to replenish any of my fodder banks with new skills, because I'd love to build my Crom, but I just don't really have a ton of fodder to give to him. Brave Crom is what I'm referring to. Just to see how you could perform in the current meta. That's something that I love to do, but I don't have anything. And then armor effective damage, is he winning speed checks? I don't know. These things are things that I just don't know right now. And I'd love to test them out to see what's going on there, but I feel like he definitely needs an upgrade. Gale Force Mist, maybe Potent in the B slot, something that gives some amount of Canto. There's stuff that needs to be done there. So yeah, Crom is definitely a unit that I've been thinking of testing out and seeing, how he's doing in the current meta. And then also I'm thinking the same for his Fallen Crom, the Fallen version, the Rearmed. I'm wondering if there's any way to rejuvenate him as well, because with all the skills in the game, there's definitely a unit in there, right? Because he can basically do the same thing. He just needs a good sword, a good weapon, and I feel like there's at least a good weapon in Renegade with the skills that are available now. If you have him merged up and supported properly, you can definitely get some use out of that Crom as well. So, I don't know. Same thing with Legendary Crom. There's a unit in there somewhere. It's probably coming back to just damage output and how valuable is armor effective damage right now.
Are there bandits here?
Is armor effective damage valuable right now? I mean, we have... Who do we have that would really hurt from... Black Knight doesn't really care. He's going to tank the first hit regardless if it's armor effective or not. You're really not one-shotting BK. It's just not happening.
Challenging.
I don't know. There just aren't. Corrin, maybe you could one-shot, but she's like, those are like units that I just named are like physical attacking units. If it was like a Makai or something, it would probably be a little bit more difficult for them to one-shot Corrin. Not impossible, but a little bit more difficult because of the null follow-up, the pair-up, the high-res. But Makai can, scale so high that she could potentially just do it. And then Makai is probably the best unit to use in this conversation. Armor effectiveness just isn't as significant as it was. Yeah, it just isn't because of all the flat damage reduction, and you need to scale crazy high, like get Comet and stuff on your hits for it to matter, I think. And I don't have, again, fodder. One unit summoning. I don't have fodder. It's tough. GG's.